Hello and welcome to the Linux Panic YouTube channel. In this video I am sat in Shell Harbour by the shore and I will be going over a piece of cybersecurity news that I believe everyone should know about. But first, before we proceed any further into the video, I'd like to thank my channel member Miss Love. They get early access to videos such as this one right here, as well as a little badge next to the name in both videos and live streams showing they support me. And I also want to thank the person behind the camera. They know exactly who they are, and I cannot do this one without them as they're holding the camera. Anyway, into the video. So, earlier on this year, as you may or may not be aware, there was a new government department in America called DOGE. Now, they have gathered themselves a poor name, and for good reason. Recently, they went into the Department of Labor Relations in America to try and optimize their systems and make everything work faster. To some extent they did, by removing logging, removing restrictions, and making it so accounts could be made without any sort of recall, and so you could log in from anywhere in the world via mobile without two-factor authentication. Now, this is just the start of our story. So early on in the year, DOGE made their entry and they demanded that they get ultimate high-level access to everything that the Department of Labor Relations has. Now, this is all ongoing court cases and previous court cases that have taken place. Now, this was all this new information that was being brought out by DOGE because of DOGE's actions was a whistleblower who went to the Senate Committee on whistleblowing and also intelligence and said this is going on, and they have leaked a total of 10 gigabytes worth of files. Now, this 10 gig could have been a combination of text files and compressed files. Now, if you have 10 gigs worth of text files, we're talking hundreds of thousands of documents. If we're talking compressed files, you're looking at potentially millions of files. But this all came about because of a few crucial steps, and this is why I believe it is cybersecurity concerns. Because what DOGE did upon their entry to the Department of Labor Relations in America was they removed account tracking for any account. Now, as is standard, because it's a government department that handles lawsuits, they had tracking on everything. So what any account did, they had multiple factor authentication, so things like security keys or text passwords or authenticator apps. They also made it so you had to be in America only to be able to log in. Didn't matter where in the world you were. If you were on a holiday in, say, in the UK from America, you still wouldn't be able to log in, even if you had VPN access, because it was set to geolocation only. Then they started going through files and making it so accounts could be made at whim and be able to just logged into from anywhere in the world. Now, they removed this geolocation as a result of wanting just to be able to log in anywhere. As part of this remove restrictions on their accounts, there was an account that was made that 10 minutes later had correct credentials attempt to log in from Russia. Now, a 10-minute time span between account being created and correct credentials being used to attempt to log in is no coincidence. The only reason why that login didn't work was because that login attempt was via a computer such as laptop or desktop and not a mobile device. Had it been a mobile device trying to log in, it would have actually gained access to the systems. Now, around April time, there was a login noticed, again, out of the ordinary, where there was that 10 gigs of traffic went through the network. Normally, the Department of Labor Relations would normally see around about 100 meg at most go into or out of their file servers, unless it's a big thing for case. When this 10 gigs was noticed leaving or being exfiltrated the Department of Labor Relations server, this is the point where the whistleblower, who will be linked in the description below, said enough is enough, I need to go and raise awareness about this, because it was clear that information about ongoing lawsuits, in particular between SpaceX and the United States government, in particular Department of Labor Relations, and as well as various other ongoing lawsuits. The important thing about SpaceX being taken to court by the Department of Labor Relations is Elon Musk was also in charge of DOGE, who also owns SpaceX. There is no such thing as coincidence. I'll let you figure that one out. So what the total rundown was: DOGE entered, removed account access controls, made it so anyone could create an account without any sort of secondary recourse, made it so you could attempt to log in from anywhere in the world depending on what device you're using, removed two-factor authentication for mobile devices, which is a huge no-no, as well as make it so account tracking was removed, so any files that were attempted to be accessed or deleted, no way of being able to track that anymore, and then allowing for the removal or copying of 10 gigabytes worth of files, whether compressed or uncompressed, is a huge amount considering they were text files or compressed files. One of the two, either way, that is a major problem. It has far-reaching consequences for ongoing lawsuits, and there is a very good chance that any of these lawsuits that were brought forward that have been affected by this data leak could then not go forward in the aid of the plaintiffs in these cases, which is a problem, all because four or five people came in and said, remove access or remove access limitations, give us everything, and we want overall control because we want it. We want to be able to see and audit everything. That is a major no-no. Everything was segregated down to the folder for access, not just overall access. And that is why I think it's important, because cybersecurity incidents like these, they look small and insignificant, but they have far wide-reaching consequences. I will also bring you a video about a Qantas data leak that happened here in Australia after my arrival. That one's going to be an interesting one as well. Anyway, I would like to thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike. They both seem to work, even though you can only see one of them. And remember, when you use Linux, don't panic. I have been Nick. You have been amazing. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye. Pineapple.
Sorry, I laughed.
Nah, that's all right. Nope, I need to stop that.
That was just over 8 minutes.